they created by nothing? We're going to analyze each one. Were they created by nothing? Or were they creators of themselves? Second statement. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, or did they create heavens and earth? Rather, they are not certain. So beautiful. These two ayah have the complete understanding of logic and philosophy in that. Now we analyze that. It's very important. Were they created by nothing? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, were they created by nothing? So according to logic, we understand nothing. If nothing creates A, that means if they are created by nothing, it's impossible. So it's logically impossible. So this is already proof. All the philosophers agree. Nothing creates nothing. So if nothing creates you, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, were they created by nothing? If somebody asks me, are you created by nothing? I say, no, that's impossible. I was created by something, but I cannot be, nobody created me from nothing. That's exactly the one logically. One of the argument Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this one. Second argument, or were they themselves the creators? If they are themselves the creators, that means A creates A. That's logical. That's again the logical. Did you create yourself? Like I said, can you create yourself? How? It's impossible. A creates A. Then we go to the second verse. Or did they create heavens and earth? That means A created B, and B created A. Now what the atheist is going to say? Oh, who created this? We were created by nature. But Allah said, did you create this nature? I said, no. But the nature created you. That's what they say. We create. So the first you have to admit that, did you create the nature? You say, I don't create. And how come the nature creates you? So logically they are tied here. So there is no argument for thing. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concluded from their behalf. Now they have no way to answer all those three questions. They have no answer. No atheist in the world, no philosopher in the world going to answer to Allah these three questions. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them what Allah is saying, rather they are not certain. Now they are not. Now, they could be agnostic or atheist. For both of them, this is the argument in the Quran, and there is the most powerful argument. Then nobody ever can challenge this argument. All the philosophers, all the scientists, everything, they're based on this argument, because first you have to build the logic. And this logic is in the Quran. Allah made this logic as an argument for people who deny Allah. So, now other thing Allah want to share some ayah in the Quran, which is 21:30. Do not those who disbelieve see the heavens and earth were meshed together, then we ripped them apart, and then we made of water everything living. Would they still not believe? Now today, the scientists have the two theories. One, the theory is the Big Bang, and the old theory was universe always existed. That was also refuted by past scholars like Imam Abu Hanifa, Greek philosopher thing. And now the modern knowledge of chance were refuted with the science. And the third argument with the Quran, with this logical principle, that was also refuted for atheists and agnostics. So there is no way they can hold on to any footing where they can say, we believe the existence of God is illogical. They can't say it anymore. With this argument, we have proved the belief in God is now logical. It can't be illogical. It's logical. For scientists, now their belief is illogical. Their belief, any belief about the universe is creation, is eternal, is chance, everything is illogical. What they believe is illogical, what we believe is illogical. This is where the category is right now. So as an atheist, if some atheists come, we can prove him that you are illogical and we are logical. And this is the guideline for the logical. This is exactly, you turn the table. Now, this is one of the verse. Another one is And the heavens we built, Allah says, with the craftsmanships, and we are still expanding it. Now this is the surah in the Quran, it's 51:47. This is a beautiful way that Allah describes how the universe He created. Like the scientists agree that in the beginning everything started from one point, that's where the time in history goes, and it's expanding. Just like you have a balloon, you take the balloon and it will expand. So that's how Allah started from one point. It's like a Big Bang theory they describe. It's exactly the Quran described it, and it's also expanding it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expanding it. Now, this is where in this chart, the general, some of those scientists, their ideas, Bertrand Russell, he argued that the universe had no beginning and will have no end. This was his theory. That was 50 years, 60, 70 years ago. He was talking about that. After that, the scientists researched, and then they gave the new ideas and new theory. And there's a Stephen Hawking, this is one, he's still alive actually, he's still alive. Stephen Hawking, the universe spontaneously popped into existence from nothing. So this is a Big Bang theory. He was trying to talk about it. The other one is the astronomer Fred Halley stated that the universe at a point in the past was shrunk down to nothing at all. So in the past, if you take the balloon, it goes like that. If you take out the air from the balloon, it goes back to this origin. So he say, in the beginning, in the past, because the series of events in the past, the universe shrunk to point nothing. So this also describes concept of a Big Bang theory, which is the Quran confirmed in the surah, which is now the universe. Now what we understood from this, the universe began to exist. That's what the Big Bang theory says. Before, the people said the universe always existed. Now the scientists say the universe began to exist. Now who started it? It began to exist. Who is the cause then? If everything began to exist, there must be a cause. You cannot say everything began to exist automatically. So now we are going to journey how we discover Allah, how we discover God. This is going to be the journey next for atheists to point him towards the journey towards believe in one true God. How? Say it came. So there are three possibilities again. We use those words. We get three possibilities. Universe came from nothing. Number two, created itself. Number three, created by the Creator. We have a three possibility. Okay? Three things possible. And we prove from the logical calculation, the logical argument, that nothing comes from nothing. So number one possibility is zero. So you can't use that. Number two, universe created itself. A creates A logically. That's not possible. So number two, the both are gone. Then who created the universe? The third, the created by the Creator. So automatically we have to prove, scientifically prove, that this universe was created by the Creator. Now everybody gonna say, okay, I believe in the Creator, but not necessarily the same Creator is Allah. No. Now the question is, now he is not agnostic now, he is not atheist, he become a deist. He become at least deist. He shift his position, from agnostic, atheist to agnostic to deist. But now he is not necessarily think Allah is the same God you're talking about. This is where further our effort for Dawah and our journey will start here. So how are we going to go with that? Now, one of the arguments also say, okay, well let's see, still the atheist will say one more question he might ask. He says, who created Allah? Okay, he can say, okay, who created Allah? That's a very important question. So everybody needs to know the answer for that. Because there's the instruction for hadith, when the Satan will say, who created this, and in the end, he will say, who created God? Who created Allah? So, in the past, we were instructed to not get into the trap of Satan, But alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this logic also. In the Quran, there is a logic, everything is filled in the Quran also. So, who created the Creator? Now let's say the C1 created by C2. Okay? We say that the creator 1 was created by creator number 2. Creator number 2 was created by 3. So if you're going to go all the way, where are you going to say? There's an infinite. There's no way it will end. But how, if it doesn't end, that means the universe we have today will never exist. It has to end somewhere. For example, if I take a shot and I want to hit the target, but I cannot hit the target, I have to ask my supervisor or general before me. Because he said, ask me before you shoot. I asked him. So that supervisor asked the other supervisor. Well, I need to ask that. I need to ask that. This is going to go on. Do you think I ever going to shoot? No? Never. So that means in order to exist this universe, there must be a creator. Just like I cannot shoot, just like this universe can never come to existence. There must be a creator who created this. But what the nature of, now the idea is, who created them, he must have a different nature than this creation. And this is the answer in the Quran, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ. That's why Allah said, say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ. Nobody gave him birth and he doesn't give anybody birth because he is eternal. Because قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ. Allah is absolute and eternal. That means Allah is an uncreated being. So when we say who created this, who created this, when it comes to Allah, Allah himself says, I'm uncreated. Uncreated means eternal. When Allah is uncreated and there is nothing like him, then he is the one who created this creation. And creation is bound by time, space and matter. Allah is beyond that. And this is exactly the concept. So if I can't shoot until I get the command, if I don't have a command, I can't shoot. Same thing, if there is no God, then there is no universe. Okay, exactly. And God has to be eternal and uncreated being, uncaused cause. And this is the concept on that. The creator must be uncreated and uncaused cause. The eternal, all-powerful, all-knowing must have a will. Now, these are the qualities of Allah we see in the Quran. He's the all-powerful, He's all-wise, He's full of wisdom, He has a will. If He has a will, that's why He's going to produce. So it means He has a reality. Allah has a will, Allah has the power, Allah has the knowledge, Allah has the wisdom. And that's why be and it is, He says, He brings things into life. Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the guardian and disposer of all affairs. O men, to call mind to the grace of Allah unto you. Is there a creator other than Allah to give you sustenance from heaven or earth? There is no God but He. And how then you are deluded away from the truth? That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed to mankind. So you get everything, you understand everything, you get the sustenance, you get all your life, and you are still turning away from Allah. And now Allah is trying to argue with that. Then in the other words, say, who originates creation, then repeats it. Not only one time, Allah brings again and again all the fruits and vegetables and the trees and things. It's not a one-time show. In human beings goes on. He repeats everything. He originates. He does not copy because his own idea. You know, when we make something, we copy everything. We see the creation, we copy. But Allah originates everything. Allah originates the creation, then repeats it. And who gives the sustenance from heaven and earth. And can there be another God beside Him? Say, bring forth your argument if you are telling the truth. Now Allah put the new argument with them. If you believe somebody else is doing it, then give me your argument. So this is actually, we end here. And we're going to go with a Q&A answer. Anybody has a question?